lying around, um, sore, really thrilled in my match because for me it was like an all-out effort. Um, Going into the match, Dave Chafee, like everybody knows, big deal. Worldwide, Dave Chafee is recognized as one of the best arm wrestlers out there. Um, Still is. I don't think anything's changed. I don't think there's a person out there who would rank him lower than 4 in North America. Most likely he sits 3. Um, and in terms of power pulling, the dude's a 10, right? You talk just straight power. Uh, there's like maybe a couple people on the planet who can maybe hang with him. Not me. So that's why I was so excited, and it took so much for me to get that win. Um, Me beating Dave Chafee pretty is never happening. It's never happening. Uh, I'm so Me personally. If I was to remove myself from the situation and watch what I did, um, I'd be shocked that I was really able to pull it off. I want to say just a couple things. People talk about this match, and uh, I want to say I've gotten so many great comments, and so many people have said the right things to me. Like the thing to me, it seems like the right thing is that people recognize the intensity of the struggle, and really that's the key, is how difficult and how hard of a fight that was for both Dave and I. Now, like I said, there's a lot of people out there that are just fantastic, and that's, I think, the majority. This video has reached a lot of people. On one social media platform, it's at 40 million now and counting. When you talk about when this small group of people, and this is kind of what I want to talk about now, there's a relatively small group of people who are saying things about the match and about me. And for the most part, when people talk, uh, it it doesn't really bother me too much because it depends on the person, and unless you're meaningful to me, it's not really going to bother me. But I hold the arm wrestling community at a level. Like, I feel like arm wrestlers are supposed to be fighters and champions. Um, and the thing I just that just sickens me is when people people complain and whine and talk about arm wrestling in a way, um, to me, which in a way that kind of embodies a type of a weakness that it just makes me sick. Like when people talk about the sport and try and box it in and try and imply that you shouldn't fight to the end. That to me is just sickening. You're given an opportunity in this sport to do what you want to do with your life, and that's fight until death rips you from this planet. And everything is a metaphor. The sport of arm wrestling is a metaphor. It's a metaphor for how you live your life. And you may want to live a certain way. You may want to live by a certain code. But in the end, what matters is survival. In your hardest days, in your hardest moments, I'll promise you that you will survive above all other things. And this is what you can see on the arm wrestling table. You can see people fight and fight until they are ripped off the arm wrestling table. This is pro arm wrestling. When I see people of a certain caliber, guys who have won world titles, guys who have done great things in the sport, when I see them say things that implies that they are not willing to go to the line in the sport, or that somehow that you shouldn't do every single thing that you can to win when you're standing at that table, it makes me want to puke. And just consider this. This match, whatever you think it should or shouldn't be, it now has touched more people than probably almost all arm wrestling matches combined. Okay, we're at 40 million. I mean, I know there's a lot of arm wrestling matches that have a lot of views, but 40 million is a lot, especially in the time frame that we're talking about. So it's a reality. King's Move is a top roll. King's Move is fighting till the end. There is nothing cowardly about any technique in arm wrestling. If you get up to that arm wrestling table, the only thing that's cowardly is to not give it your all, to not fight until you're completely finished. This is the only cowardly thing. It should never be associated with any technique. Anyways, this rant is just for the voices that I've heard on social media a lot. You're given an opportunity to hone your strength, to hone your fortitude in this sport. Take advantage of it. Take risks, because you're not actually going to die on the table. You're not actually going to die for real. Let it teach you.